dangerous storms, and horrific tsunamis. Today, we will show you some of the most scary natural disasters caught on camera. This Darwaza crater in Turkmenistan is known as the Door to Hell. The story goes, 50 years back, some people deliberately burned this hole, hoping the methane would one day die out. However, till today the crater is burning continuously, and no one can explain why. And this is how dangerous landsliding can be. This video is of a port on the Amazon River in Brazil. It takes a few seconds to gulp plenty of trucks and ships in port. This footage is from Bolivia's city Sucre, which saw a catastrophic amount of rain in 30 minutes after a cloudburst. The entire city was filled with freezing water, and many people were hospitalized from hypothermia. This beautiful yet incredibly dangerous volcano is one of the most active volcanoes in the world. Situated on Kyushu Island in Japan, this volcano is called the Sakurajima volcano. However, what's interesting is the sparks that we can see at the top of the volcano. You might wonder if lightning strikes the volcano, but that's static electricity at work, and this lightning happens when ash particles strike against each other. Scientists haven't studied this phenomenon enough, and to be fair to them, it's not easy to study an active volcano. This highway in Mexico suffered the wrath of heavy rainfall and some earthquakes over time. A 300-meter stretch of the highway descended into the ground. Turkey's city of Artvin received 4 months of rain in 6 hours. The entire city experienced severe flooding, and mass amounts of debris was swept into the rivers. This scene might look fascinating, but it holds great trouble inside. The footage can only be seen in Java, Indonesia, which hosts the highest volcano in the country. The volcano emits hot clouds across 5 kilometers. The scientists warn that lava rainfall can occur. And you can be sure that Indonesia holds a significant threat from both earthquakes and volcanoes, as it is home to over 120 active volcanoes. In 2013, India was hit by one of the worst floods in the country's history. The rivers overflowed, including the famous Ganges River, which flowed over plenty of houses and buildings and even swallowed over 100 people. Various buildings built along the riverbanks fell inside, and businesses suffered huge losses. The people believed that they were just getting a taste of building against nature. Over 10,000 rescue workers and 18 helicopters were deployed for rescue and safety. China was struck massively by vigorous floods in 2020, as heavy rainfall saw the Yellow River and Yangtze overflowing and destroying homes, businesses, and people's lives. The Hubei province was said to have caused $1.6 billion of damage alone. Moreover, the floods struck 17 cities, affecting more than 35 million people. This fire in the sea is created by oil sources that are present near the shores of Chile. The people on this ship encountered one of the most rare phenomena: 3 tornadoes at one time. Can someone let me know what's causing the sand to act like this? This bed of clouds looks incredible to take a picture of, but they bring in the cold in the summer. And this is how a cloudburst looks from above. That's a month of rainfall poured down in minutes. Typhoon Hato was a strong tropical cyclone that struck South China in 2017. The wind speed reached up to 155 kilometers per hour, enough to lift people in the air and even move airplanes. The cyclone caused destruction, and the people most affected were the ones living near the coast. They saw damage to roads, floods, and even power outages. Many ships in the sea were affected, and 6 vessels sent out distress signals. One of the ships even lost control and struck the bridge. This disaster also took 16 lives. This damaging flood in Japan occurred as the Kamo River overflowed after a 20-meter river dam was destroyed. Homes and cars were flooded, forcing the people to get onto the roofs of their houses as they awaited rescue. This pilot likes playing with people's lives. This huge funnel formed right in the middle of the road after heavy rainfall forced the water inside. This aesthetic display is a combination of thunderclouds and the sun. Doesn't it look wonderful? In the spring of 2018, Kenya was struck by one of the worst floods in recent times. During this period, the floods killed at least 186 people due to mudslides, building collapses, drowning, and capsizing. An additional 283,290 people were displaced. However, this was not the end. Sometime later, the Patel Dam failed to hold water pressure and exploded, causing every home in a 2-kilometer radius to be destroyed. Moreover, 48 more people were killed. Kenya suffered a humanitarian crisis as the floods washed away the farmland and crops. But it doesn't end there. After the flood, a massive crack stretching over several kilometers was found in Nairobi. According to scientists, the crack was always there, and the rains washed away the volcanic ash. This might be one of the earliest signs of the prediction that claims that Africa will break into 2 parts after 50 million years. Somalia, Kenya, Tanzania, and Ethiopia will be separated from the rest of the continent. This phenomenon occurs due to the movement of tectonic plates underneath the continent. Next up is one of the most devastating and frightening natural disasters to ever hit the Atlantic region, Hurricane Irma. The hurricane caused damage costing $77 billion and 134 fatalities. The wind speed reached up to 285 kilometers per hour, and almost a quarter of Florida's population had to be evacuated. The islands of Barbuda and St. Martin were completely destroyed, suffering unrecoverable damages. The hurricane also reached Cuba, where Havana was flooded completely. This terrifying hurricane finally dissipated on September 12th. This spectacular sandfall happens after heavy rain, like in Riyadh. This beautiful footage is caused by wind, forcing the sand particles to come down. I'm sure you've never seen anything like this. A sand river, which occurred in a desert after a hailstorm. And these strange but incredibly beautiful clouds basically mean heavy rainfall. This hole was set up in Saudi Arabia after heavy rains and has almost consumed all the water. This funnel is situated in California, where authorities open it after a heavy rain. Spectators usually come over to see this unique phenomenon. This dam broke in central China after excessive rainfall caused enormous flooding. Playing in the water can be dangerous, but nature gave him another chance. These are lenticular clouds that form parallel to the wind direction. They occur near mountains and are a sign of mountain waves. This foam was created at an Indian beach after the waves were mixed with dirty wastewater. Doesn't seem so nice now, does it? Watch how incredible a volcano looks emitting hot lava.